A couple of decades ago, I went to this absolutely fantastic real estate seminar. But the seminar wasn't fantastic because of the real estate aspect. It was fantastic because this seminar was a masterclass in persuasion. And it all started with the sales letter I got in the mail, an old school sales letter. 3 or 4 pages, lots of pictures, high quality paper. And when I read this sales letter, which was filled with all kinds of hypnotic linguistic technology, I started to imagine myself becoming rich in real estate. It was so palpable I could taste it. I was on the cusp of my real estate house flipping empire, so I had to go to this seminar. I had to come to this seminar so I could learn how to flip houses and get rich. And I went there. It was at the large ballroom in the Anaheim Convention Center. About 400 people packed into this room. You could feel the excitement in the room. And then the guru, the real estate guru, came out on stage and everybody went crazy like he was Mick Jagger or the Rolling Stones or something. And he started talking, and the words he was using made me feel like I felt when I read this sales letter. And I started to become even more excited about my impending riches. He talked about how easy it was to make money in real estate, how easy it was to flip houses. Little kids were doing this. Old people were doing this. Housewives were doing this. People that were in comas were making money flipping real estate. But then he said, there's one thing that you need to know before you can make money in real estate. And there's something that separates most people from the successful people. It's not a matter of understanding the mechanics. Because if you do the right things in the right order, you'll get the right results. If you say the right things to people in the right order, they will do what you want. If you talk to homeowners and say the right things, they will be eager to sell you their house below market cost. If you go into the bank and fill out the right forms, they'll give you the loan to buy the house. That's not the issue. The issue is whether or not you are willing to take an opportunity. Most people are not willing to take an opportunity. Most people want to watch other people go first to make sure it's safe. Most people need to think about it before they seize an opportunity. But, he said, when an opportunity presents itself, it's not going to wait for you to make sure it's safe. It's going to be taken by whoever goes first. And then he stopped talking and he held out a $100 bill and just stood there staring at the crowd while he held this $100 bill. For what seemed like an eternity. And then finally, one woman leapt up out of her chair, ran up to the stage, grabbed the $100 bill out of his hand, went back to her seat, and he just looked at the audience and smiled. The point was made. There was an opportunity. We all saw it, but nobody got out of their seat to grab this opportunity except for that one woman. Then he kept talking about all kinds of ways to find the right houses, how you have to go through the databases of the city, all kinds of research techniques. But then he said, we have this free software. You can load this on your computer. This will sort through the databases for you. You just type in your zip code, and it will spit out all the houses in your neighborhood that are ripe for flipping. You don't have to do anything. This will print out all the forms you need. This will have all the dialogues and strategies of what to say to the right people. And he said, today I can offer you this software for free. And he stepped back, the curtain went up, and there was a stack of boxes behind the curtain. Then he just looked at the audience and smiled. This time, everybody leapt out of their seat, ran up to the front to grab their boxes, but out of an audience of about 400 people, there was only about 50 boxes. So everybody had the experience of running to the front and not getting a box of the software. And then we sat down in our seats, and everybody was telling themselves, that's twice. The first time I saw the $100, I didn't act. The second time, I saw the boxes, but I didn't act quick enough. Next time, I'm going to act really, really quickly. I will not let this next opportunity slip through my fingers like the last 2 opportunities slipped through my fingers. And he kept talking and talking and talking. And then he said, today, I'm going to offer you a training course, a personal coaching course. about how you can learn how to flip houses. This comes with all the software you need. This comes with all the information you need. This comes with your own personal coach that you will have access to 24/7 for 1 full year. And everybody was like, yes, please. Here's my credit card. Here's my credit card. Where do I sign up? Where do I sign up? And he said, but because we have actual coaches that will help you, we don't have that many trained people. So we only have 100 of these programs today, and they are only $9.99. And by this time, everybody was so filled up with desire and fantasies and excitement about flipping their first house and making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. $9.99, $999 seemed like a steal. And then he said, if you want to be one of the ones that sign up, one of the few hundred people that get this information product, you need to go down to room Q, which is down the hall. We were in the large ballroom at the Anaheim Convention Center. Room Q, we had to go out the room, down the hall to another room way down on the other side of the entire convention center. So needless to say, this created a mad frenzy. Everybody leapt up out of their chair, ran out of the room, ran down to room Q, and by the time I got there was already a long line of people lucky to be in line to buy this $1,000 information product. And that product sold out within about 20 minutes. And so this real estate guru that I never heard of before I got that sales letter was able to sell $100,000 worth of information products with about an hour's worth of speaking. Like I said, this was an absolute masterclass in persuasion. So how did he do this? What were the mechanics involved? What were the psychological triggers of influence? Well, the first step is to identify your market. Everybody in there had got that sales letter, which meant they had somehow ended up on a list of people that were interested in making money in real estate. They had somehow put their name somewhere associated with making money in real estate. So that leveraged for the first time the law of commitment and consistency. If you want to sell something to somebody, you want to make it seem like it's congruent with what they've already done before. And so we're already there. This seems like a familiar thing. We're in that seminar and it seems like a familiar thing to think about making money in real estate. And then he held up the $100 and that kicked in a couple of other psychological factors of influence. One was scarcity. Once that one woman ran up to the front and grabbed that, we all thought the same thing. That was one opportunity in this entire room. Then, when he had the boxes of software and everybody ran up to the front, that again leveraged commitment and consistency because what you do is what you're congruent with what you did before. Whatever you do is congruent with what you did before. And it leveraged social proof because everybody saw everybody else rushing up to the front to get the boxes, and it leveraged scarcity. So twice he had us on commitment and consistency, and now he added social proof and scarcity into the mix, which made us all start to become ravenous about buying this new system, this information system. And the third time, when he said he had to go down to room Q, that was also scarcity, commitment and consistency, social proof, and fear of missing out, because this was the last chance we had. And if we were too slow, we would miss this opportunity. This was the end of the seminar. So we had these 4 factors of influence all wrapped up into this one tight seminar. Commitment and consistency, social proof, scarcity, and fear of missing out. And so by the time the people that bought the product went down to room Q and got in line, they had absolutely obliterated any kind of last minute resistance. And they felt so lucky to be able to buy this product. And as everybody was running down there, that added in competition anxiety, which is related to fear of missing out. So he took these very simple psychological triggers of influence, wrapped them together in one masterclass persuasion seminar, and sold $100,000 worth of product within an hour. And this organization was very tight, and they did this all across the country back then when real estate house flipping was really, really popular. They probably repeated the seminar 3 or 4 times per week in every major city in the United States. And each seminar, they sold $100,000 worth of product. And that's how you make money in real estate, by teaching people how to make money in real estate and using these psychological triggers of influence. But these 4 basic principles, commitment and consistency, social proof, scarcity, fear of missing out, he got everybody ravenous to spend $1,000 on a product. This is how powerful these psychological triggers of influence are. And if you can understand these, and if you can leverage these, you can either use them yourself to get people desperate to do whatever you want them to do, or you can avoid getting sucked into these madness of crowds events. Either way, it's very, very useful to understand these psychological triggers of influence so you can avoid losing money and you can make a lot of money yourself. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you'd like to learn more, please check out the links below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.